Hello, everyone. This past week at one institution, which I will not name the state or location, really happened. And I want to talk about what can we do to prevent it, can we prevent it, and what should have been done earlier. On Thursday last week, 2 inmates stabbed and they were placed in confinement. Yes, I said confinement. We still use that word, okay? Confinement, I'm old school. You can call it whatever peaceful name you like, but that's what I use. So on Thursday, 2 stabbed, placed in confinement. On Friday, 2 were stabbed, 1 placed in confinement, and the other is deceased over the stabbing, okay? Then Saturday, they had a free day. No incidents Saturday. And then Sunday, another stabbing, 2 stabbed, both placed in confinement, and they had a drug overdose, okay? On Monday, they said, okay, canines come in, shakedown, and they found tons of drugs and cell phones and chargers and so forth. Big shakedown. Now, that is my question to everyone. We are short-staffed, but we can't use that as an excuse anymore for safety of our officers. All of these stabbings were inmates, okay? No officers injured in this incident. But easily, with all these weapons and drugs and cell phones available, our staff could have been injured at any moment and still can be injured at any moment, at any time, on any given day. That's why you have to have your head on the swivel and always be alert, and don't think coming to work and being lackadaisical is the way to do it. Not in corrections, folks. It's dangerous behind these walls, as you can well see from this story. So, I do want to say one thing before we get into it. Number one, you cannot stop all contraband. I'm sorry. I saw somebody put on LinkedIn the other day, I have a method, and if you do this, 100% guaranteed to stop contraband. No. I've had wardens tell me, we don't have drugs at this institution, and then we do an investigation and find drugs. Never say never, folks. And remember that, management. Remember that. Officers know. I don't have to tell the officers. They know you're never going to stop it all. But we can prevent it. We can slow it down. We can get rid of it as we can, right? These folks that say, I have sure-proof ways to get rid of contraband. No, you're never going to get rid of it all, but hey, we'll use your way if we like it, and we'll slow it down. But there's no 100% guarantee you're going to get all. You're never going to get contraband out of prisons. You're never going to stop all stabbings, right? What I hate, though, is these things happen, and then we do a shakedown. That's what I want to get into. You have to do a shakedown when this stuff happens. And congratulations for doing that one. And good job, folks. But we have to do periodic strikes, okay? Unannounced strikes in some cases. And go in and do shakedowns periodically. Short-staffed or not, let's go ahead and get all hands on deck if we have to. Pay the overtime, damn it. Come on. Stop sitting behind the desk saying we're short-staffed and then we can't pay the overtime to do shakedown. Stop it. Pay the damn overtime. People's lives are at stake here. Let's do shakedowns by surprise. And then there's another method, folks. There's another method. We would do this type. We would bring laundry carts in, roll them into the dorms, and put 2 or 3 laundry carts in the center of the dorm, usually 2 per dorm, and say, okay, you have 30 minutes to go down and put your contraband in those laundry carts. No questions asked. Throw it in there, and in 30 minutes, we're going to come back and shake this dorm down. Now, that you're free on the contraband you drop in the laundry cart. But the contraband you don't throw in the laundry cart and we find it, that's on you. That's on you, and we're going to write you up and do what we have to do with you. So, you would be amazed at the stuff in the laundry cart. Oh, there was not just regular junk contraband, torn shirts and headbands they're not supposed to have, and shirts that look like they're from the street, somehow got into the prison. We would get shanks and a cell phone every now and then. You'd be surprised when they know you're coming in what they'll throw in there to save their butt. They probably figure, I'll throw this in there and save my butt today. I'll get some more brought in later. That's a whole nother topic, fighting introduction of contraband. Another thing we must do more of. So, and then you're still going to do a thorough shakedown, even though you gave them that free 30 minutes to throw their contraband right into the laundry carts. We're still going to go in and knock it out, right? And those are announced shakedowns, is what I call them. And then we did unannounced ones as well. And after I was an officer and became an inspector, and I had a case that told me 3 or 4 inmates were involved in drugs in F-dorm, and we had allegations of street people or a staff member bringing in drugs. After I got to a point where I didn't need to investigate anymore, I would go in there at 11 at night, and there's people that watch my videos now that know that, and I would say, Captain, can I get 2 or 3 of your officers to go down to F-dorm with me, and we're going to knock out this section here and shake it down real good. We're going to pull these 4 inmates out that I've been watching for a while, handcuff them, put them outside their cells, make them face the wall, and we're going to go in there and shake down their cells. Now, those are unannounced periodic strikes by using investigative techniques. Now, folks, you as officers are investigators. Officers who listen to the phone calls, you know, you can pinpoint certain areas that are getting ready to do something. And dorm officers, as you're working, you know, if you're a good officer and your head on the swivel, you'll start to figure out something's going on up here. You know, follow your policy and procedure. If you have to ask your supervisor, say, hey, I'd like to shake down these 3 or 4 cells. This is what I got, Sarge. This is what I got, Lieutenant. This is what I got, Captain. Knock it out, folks. Get them. Let's do some presumptive strikes before bad things happen, and then of course we're going to do the strikes after they happen. They had to do this big shakedown. If they didn't do it, I would really be worried why they didn't shake this place down. So this one institution, as I told you, one died from stabbing and 1 died from overdose, and there's 3 others involved in the stabbings that are in confinement. Let's be safe, folks. Let's keep after them. Let's get on the ball. Keep your head on the swivel. If you have an officer who comes to work, sits down and thinks just sitting around watching, sitting in a chair is the way we do it, get on them. Tell them, hey, man, you got to get up and walk around. You got to get up and let them know we're here. You got to get up and be looking for stuff. You know, you don't have to have your hands in it, but looking for stuff, walking around, looking for unusual things. Yes, I know. I did it. I worked 12-hour shifts at the jail. I worked 8-hour shifts when I worked for the state. I've been there. I'm not telling you to do something I wouldn't do or haven't done already, folks. That's what we signed up for. We got to do it. It's tough, and especially when you're working on your days off and mandatory extra 4 hours added to a 12-hour shift. It's not easy. But think about it this way. If you're sitting down, not watching things, aren't you more apt to start dozing off and getting tired? I found it much better to get up and look around periodically. It keeps you awake, keeps you going, keeps you alert. That's what we're there for, folks. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your hard work. I'm glad no officers were hurt in these incidents. Gary York, True Prison Stories. God bless, take care, and please subscribe.